I honestly was cheering for you, bro, but now if you get hit, I can't even be sad because it's what you deserve to. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Halo. So, the last episode of Halo, we had a lot of backstory on John. We have a little bit more understanding of his family, the dynamic, what his parents were actually doing on that planet, and how he came in contact with the artifact initially. We now know that there was another bigger part of the artifact that he discovered. Unfortunately, he told Halsey about it, but at this point, his trust in Halsey is fractured, but it's not completely broken yet. But we now know that he knows that Halsey was there before his parents died, and I think that's already casting a little bit of doubt as far as how much he should trust Halsey. But as I said in the episode, their relationship is still too strong for him to question it. But we also found out from Miranda, who spent a lot of time with the other Spartans in the last episode, that Halsey does not take to people falling out of line too easily. Now that she knows that John is suspicious of her, we're not sure where that's going to take us, but I can't think it's anywhere good. But we also saw, like I said, that Miranda and the Spartans were bonding, particularly her and Kai. All of that happening while we were still having like lots of action and high-speed chases on Madrigal, because Quan is now home and she discovered the hard way that most of the resistance has fallen apart since her father's death. And now her and Soren are trying to get off the planet because Soren's ship was stolen and dismantled already. So lots of different moving parts going on right now. I like it. The plot is right in the thick of everything, and we're going to see how this is all going to converge. I have a feeling it's all going to be picked up again in Madrigal, but we're not going to know until we watch the episode. So we're going to get into this one. But before we do, if it's your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. If you like what you see, please hit that thumbs up button. It means a lot to me. You know, it gets me some of that algorithm love, which, you know, just I appreciate very, very much. Leave some comments below. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what I missed, or if there's something I should be looking at for the show. And if you really like it here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified when I do more reactions to this show, as well as many other cool shows like this. And if you've been here before, again, as usual, thank you so much for coming back. And the same goes for you. Please hit a like button on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and join the fam. And please let me know what's going on in the comments. All right, that out of the way, guys. Let's get into episode 4 right about now.
It's here where the learning happens. The focus is on a nature-based education.
Another planet that did the same thing?
Made the Reach for Life mission that much more urgent. But you must know
Kids up on some tree walk.
Stop it! What, you scared?
How did they think that was a good idea?
Pull me up!
Weren't you just kicking a minute ago? Yo ass should stay down there. Dangle for a few minutes. But also, who thought this was a good idea for kids? Really? That's what made you ruin John's life? That moment?
The colony. Oh, great.
Didn't realize her husband had eyed him too. But they were clearly just recruiting for the children, huh? Y'all, every time I think I might be able to give Halsey a redemption arc here, I'm just seeing more and more things I don't like.
I hear you're running your own team now.
Oh,
I figure it's
you
time
up to
to
date
show
now.
everybody what you can do. Including your mother.
Who cares whether or not Halsey sees it? Be your own queen, Miranda. Your mama's up.
Did you hear what Cortana said?
Can you not talk to me?
I'd like you to stay away from it.
Anyway.
Understood?
Exactly. Ain't got nothing to say to you right now. John, I'm gonna need you to get into that memory and remember, I know it's probably some deep trauma in there, but you need to remember that you cannot trust this cow. Pick her up by her scrawny little neck and toss her aside. Okay, maybe not right now because Miranda would be mad or whatever, but from what I'm seeing, Halsey is diabolical. There's really no other word for her.
Oh, well, that's just great.
Nice work.
How about you not make
Now
any
what?
commentary right now, Quan? This is kind of your fault.
I'm going to free Madrigal even if I'm the only one left to fight.
Okay.
That's beautiful. Really.
Truly.
You belong to me now.
What? You can't do this.
You
I
owe me.
think he just did.
Watch out for the creepy crawlies.
She grew up here. Well, now you're not gonna have water. That wasn't smart. I'm not exactly mad about it because she's really just being a little too self-centered right now. I get it. She's been through a lot and she's young, but she needs to show just a wee bit of gratitude here because, you know, he didn't even have to bring her here.
Aiden,
Yes, Doctor.
I'd like to compare the phases of the latent energy fields of both pieces. Look.
The way she's completely dismissing her. It's okay, Miranda. She's a terrible person.
Yeah, but what do they really want?
To kill us, like we want to kill them.
Why?
Do you ever wonder why?
Yeah, thank you.
No.
Oh, you're one of those basic models, huh? Probably asked for the drug.
Do you ever wonder why? You never wonder why?
Right? No.
I wonder if all that gun grease in your hair didn't seep down into your brain. Asking me dumbass questions like that.
Do they really not notice that her emotions are back? Are they really just that oblivious?
Oh yes, I noticed that too. It's a nice color on her.
Can you not give me running commentary in my head? Wonder if Johnny figured out that she's acting different now that he's different too.
Take off your helmet.
Why?
Because I told you to.
Take it off.
Well, he should have at least bought me a drink first.
When did you remove your pellet?
After I saw you remove yours?
Exactly.
I'm awake.
You're a danger to yourself and to others.
Chief, I haven't forgotten how to fight.
You're grounded, Kai. Report back to Dr. Key's ship and don't step off until we get back to Reach.
Hypocrite.
What about you?
Yeah, exactly.
You moved your pellet.
Ground
I'm so
yourself.
dangerous. What's that make you?
That's the thing about being a hypocrite. Yeah.
Stop talking.
Knew that was
Can't hear myself think.
Well, I can, and you're not missing much.
Damn, the shade! Did I not just say that? John gets to be mildly pretty and athletic, but apparently the brain function, it's never been all that high, you know? Also another reason why he's been so easy to control. Not a lot of his own thoughts and conviction from the sounds of things.
Inebat jaja atra outramela ajoni guijaka. Amaro.
This one's like, I'm sorry, you're using big words with multiple syllables, and that's kind of beyond me. Okay, girl, go ahead and exhaust yourself. Are you done? Wow. I give Quan props for her tantrums. They're pretty legendary. She did it. All right.
Dr. Halsey was in my home. And my parents were still alive.
Oh, you're going to her husband now? You think he's going to give you up or give her up?
You're my captain. You've always been there for me.
Has he? See that gulp of guilt?
I will look into this personally. Promise you.
I'm sorry, Miranda. Both your parents are trash. But I get it. He covering his own ass, too. He probably wanted to pull the trigger on his parents.
You're willing to tell the committee anything they need to hear, as long as you get what you want.
But you're not doing anything about it.
I want Miranda taking off the entire project. Her hands are clean. I want to keep them that way.
Good. Finally, a parenting issue we can agree upon.
You're disgusting.
Handle it.
I am.
You're so weak. You're all so weak. I just want John to be free of these people. Good. One of those land on Miranda. Did y'all just break the artifact? And guess who's probably going to hear that too? Probably the chick on Madrigal. You okay? Good work, not Miranda. Good work, Halsey. Is it hurting? All I care about is it hurting Halsey. I want Halsey to be in pain too. Oh, you're still alive. Pity.
It's possible that the artifact isn't two halves of the same weapon, but some other kind of device altogether.
Miranda will be taken off the project.
The artifact stays with Halsey.
I don't understand.
It's best you don't.
No, that doesn't work. Miranda's grown.
What has she got on you?
You think your daddy's innocent. That's the problem.
Yes, sir.
Damn, y'all really just destroy all of your family ties for this secret, huh? What a messed up family. Poor Miranda. I need her to disobey orders immediately.
There are no archives on the origin of the Spartan program.
Why not?
Now you're finally using your brain.
Chief, what are you doing?
I'm about to touch some shit. That's
The
what I'm about to
artifact
do.
could kill you.
I don't give a damn. Y'all gonna lie to me? I'm gonna do the research on my own, he said. When are y'all gonna realize you can't just tell people to stop remembering things or not to ask questions? It's not the way the human brain works. The more you tell people to stop digging, the more your subconscious wants to dig. That's right, John. Kick someone in the balls.
It's okay, I've got it.
Uh-huh. Now you see.
I know you have a lot of questions. And together, we will find the answers.
It's too late. Why does he keep...
Shutting down neural bridge.
Sorry, Johnny. Unfortunately, you screwed up the second you let her put that shit in your brain. I mean, you did your best, Soren. This girl is just, she's that kind of girl that needs to learn hard-ass lessons. You need to hit that transport. Your baby needs you. You want to bet she's going to steal that thing? She's probably hiding somewhere. You're gonna kill him for saving your life, Quan? You are so dumb. Why is everyone so dumb in this episode? Yes, I know he said he was gonna sell her, but not really. Come on now.
Cortana, I swear, if you don't get out of my head, I will...
Slip space rupture detected.
Good. Kill Halsey. Please. Please. Aliens. Please, Covenant. Destroy Halsey. That's all I ask.
Then join the fight!
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, she taking orders from her now. I don't think she's your Master Chief, but I approve. I honestly was cheering for you, bro, but now you get hit. I can't even be sad because it's what you deserve to. Protecting that animal that you married. That's what you get, Halsey. You can't control everything. Are you okay, sir? Do you want to marry the artifact? Seems like y'all have bonded in a weird way when I tried to kill you. Woo! Look at them run! Here they come. Oh, their pods are cool. Oh my gosh, they're totally ahead of y'all. Y'all cut it off. You don't even have these cool drop pods.
Switch to secondary.
Right? Can you get out of my head? You're not helping. Well, that's the end of you. And you. You don't deserve to die, Miranda. You're the only good thing that came out of Halsey. Please. Oh, now it's Miranda? The way Halsey don't even care. She just cares about her damn artifact. She'll be like, yeah, my daughter might have blown up, but about the artifact. I think y'all are gonna have to use that artifact to blow these people up.
Drop the ramp.
See, she doesn't even care about Miranda. Not one question, not one worry.
Miranda.
Oh, now you care. Okay.
Come on.
This doesn't redeem you for me, Halsey. Why are you just standing there? Oh, because her chip's out. She actually cares now. That part sucks. Now she's feeling actual panic. I see now where the chip might be helpful. Never mind. All right, Kai, come on. Come on, boo. Stay with us. Johnny needs you. Come on. Damn.
John.
I can't let her die.
He won't let her die. That's actually it. So, oh, okay, John. You better surf that alien tech. Oh, the artifact be floating. Oh, no, not Kai. Save her. Oh my God. Okay. That was hot. I'm not gonna lie, that was hot. Oh, I think you're about to die, sir. Oh no, what? You better stand up, dude. Stand up. That's right. Neck cracks, time to... Yes, go get your girl. Look at him. Nostril flare. No, he threw the gun like that's how pissed off I am. The fact that John is doing this shit alone. Oh, we got the video game view. Bitch. And again, bitch. Yeah, pretend it's Halsey's face.
Covenant spirit incoming.
I don't want them to have it right because Halsey doesn't deserve it. I'm sorry. Not that I want the aliens to kill humanity or whatever, but... Woo! Damn, that shield did nothing.
I'm gonna need a weapon.
You think?
It'll help.
I'm saying I don't think hand-to-hand's the right way to go with this guy. Too late. Sorry, I'm with the aliens on this one just because screw Halsey. I said what I said. That's what you get. That's what you get. All right, she's gonna have to go and get Johnny. The reason I'm not mad at this now is because I think this other blessed one, she ain't gonna trust Halsey none at all. And I feel like this is exactly what John might need, a little interference to run between him and Halsey. Maybe she can cut Cortana out of his head too. I'd say shoot her, but I'm still curious about her story. Your suit looks terrible. Alien guts everywhere. I'm wondering if they touch or something, if there's going to be some kind of connection. Oh, and that's how we end it. All right, that makes sense. I get it. That makes sense. Okie dokie, guys. Well, that was episode 5 of Halo, and a lot kind of went down in this one. I think one of the main things that happened that needed to happen is John understanding that he cannot trust Halsey anymore. I'm sorry, I went off on Halsey a lot this episode, but there's a few things in this world that really trigger me, and one of them is I don't like when people manipulate, and I really don't like when people manipulate children. I just feel like that's one of the lowest things you can do, and the fact that Halsey just really does not even see humans as humans is very bothersome. I'm not at all disputing that she's a genius. I'm not at all disputing the fact that she should search for knowledge and that she definitely is superior intelligence that is looking at all the different ways to use this artifact to potentially progress. But when you cut off the human aspects, when your humanity is compromised, it makes it very hard for me to root for you, because people need to be people. The whole world doesn't need to be improved based on what you think is an improvement. We heard in the last episode the whole speech that Miranda gave about how her mother has this very narcissistic and wrong view of humanity that basically is this broken problem that needs to be fixed according to what she thinks is the best way. And again, I'm not saying humanity is not broken. We know this, right? We definitely have issues as a whole entire species. However, none of us are above the other. No one in this world is morally perfect. No one in this world is perfectly intelligent. No one in this world has the ability to objectively look at the entire planet and fairly be able to decide what is wrong, right, good, bad, or otherwise, because we're all flawed. So for Halsey to think that she's the person to make these calls and decide what's the best way for humanity to act, like I said, it's just the level of the god tier narcissism that's there is just next level, and it's dangerous because, as you see, it's led her to think that it's perfectly okay for her to have murdered these kids' parents, taken them, forced them into a program that many of them didn't even survive, to create this weird kind of half cyborg machines, right? Basically robots. She could have made cyborgs. Why didn't she just make robots? She didn't have to take humans and do this to them, right? If this is what she wanted, was an emotionless thing to carry out orders, that's what robots are, effectively. The fact that she took real children and stripped them of who they were and tried to turn them into something else, that just shows you that there's some deeply, deeply disturbing things going on with her. And I honestly wonder that, if the only reason she didn't do that to Miranda was because her father was there and able to stop things, right? But even then, I'm going to get into Miranda's dad in a minute, but Jacob was his name. But anyways, this is my main issue with her. And that's why, she really irks me, is the fact that, like I said, even when we saw this whole situation go down, I'm telling you, Halsey was more worried about whether or not that artifact was okay than whether or not Miranda was alive. right? You saw that Jacob like froze. He was like, oh my God, my daughter. Like he was just completely like out of it, the way that a parent should act, that they thought their daughter just got destroyed. Halsey was like, oh, the ship blew up. Back to the artifact. Like, and I mean, yes, once she did see her, we saw her run out there, get her daughter. I'm not saying there's no maternal instinct at all. After all, she did give birth to this girl. I do think there's some level of affection on somewhere in there. Halsey feels something towards her daughter. I don't think it's completely possible for someone to give birth to someone and not feel some level of emotional attachment. I wouldn't call it love at this point. I feel like it's an emotional attachment in the sense of this is part of me, and I have this subconscious chemical feeling towards this person that I can't change. But do I think it's true love, true affection? No. I do think that if it came down to it, if someone said to Halsey, either you keep your daughter and build a relationship with her, or we take away all of the stuff that you've been doing with this artifact and all of the crazy shit that you've been up to for the last 20 years, that's your choice. Like, it's got to be one or the other. I'm telling you right now, Halsey would pick the research. She'd pick the advancement, and she would say, goodbye, Miranda. Like, that's the problem, right? I mean, obviously, no one should ever be given a choice to give up your passion versus someone you love, but get my point. Like, that's where I have the issue with Miranda, God, I'm going to keep mixing up their names. I'm so sorry. That's my issue with Halsey overall. But anyway, we saw in this episode, like, clearly she's willing to do whatever it takes, blackmailing that lady back at the UNSC to keep herself on this project at all costs. Like, I mean, again, that lady at the UNSC should have known that you can't just directly threaten Halsey. Like, if you want to end Halsey, you got to do it. You can't, like, give her warnings. You can't give her time. Halsey's got backup plans within her backup plans to keep her little situation going, because she already knows she's dabbling in things that are considered to be ethically gray. So yeah, if they want to shut her down, they got to just shut her down. Like, they got to literally be ready with cuffs and take her away, because if she can find a way out of it, she's going to do it. But anyhow, we see that that's kind of where she's at. She wants to study this thing at all costs. And even the interaction she had with Miranda, when Miranda was trying to like get in there and try to talk about something that she knows her mom's passionate about, and the way that she was just so dismissive of her, talking to her assistant like Miranda's not even there. Like, yeah, there's just a lot of issues with Halsey. And then again, with John, remembering these things, having these memories, like, you think she'd be more worried about like the fact that she's caused this kid so much pain, and that he might, come out of this feeling some type of way. But she's just like, okay, I just want him on task. I need my toy not to be broken, basically. That's all she really worried about. But I'm glad that John, like I said, touched the artifact. Like, when he sat there, I loved actually the way they did that, where he asked Cortana, he's like, you know everything, right? You're supposed to be like this genius level, like AI that knows all the things, right? And she's like, of course. And she was like flexing, like, yeah, of course. I know everything. Glad I got room to spare, lots of spare hard drive space with all this stuff I know. And he's like, great, now tell me about me. Tell me about my adoption records. Tell me about the Spartan program, if you know everything. And then she's like, wait, like, I don't know that. Like, it's so embarrassing. I don't know. It's like, yeah, sure. And that's when he was like, yeah, now I know y'all are hiding things from me. I know you guys are playing me, and I'm tired of it. And then he's like, I'm just going to go where I've been getting the answers since this started. So he went straight to the artifact, grabbed onto that sucker, and he basically was like, let me find out the truth for myself, y'all. So now he knows that Halsey kidnapped him. He knows that this was no friendly situation. He still doesn't have the full picture, obviously. I think there's still a lot for him to work through. And again, when you go through something that's very traumatic, your brain will put up a lot of barriers to keep you from going or from dealing with that trauma when you're too young to deal with it. But also we know that Halsey and their team did things to try to augment their memories too. So he's got a lot he's working through. But my main thing is that I'm glad that he's never going to trust Halsey again. I'm glad that he knows now that Halsey, and by extension even Jacob, because even that conversation he had with Jacob where he's like, I need you to look into this. Why was Halsey there? Like, why didn't she ever tell me these things? I mean, obviously I understand why Jacob is protecting her. That is his wife. That is the mother of his child. And of course, as I said, he was there too. He was party to it. And I mean, I do think that unlike Halsey, Jacob actually does feel some level of guilt about it, and he does feel bad. And I think that over the years, he's probably developed real like emotional feelings for the Spartans too. But in the end, it's still like, that's a hell of a secret. That's a hell of a thing to admit to being a part of. And even though he wasn't necessarily the instigator of it, I think that, the fact that he was party and right there beside it while it was happening, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow. And I don't think it's just for John, because I mean, clearly, like I said, I think he's got some affection for John, but I think he's also worried about what that might, like how Miranda might view him if she knew the truth, because I think it's pretty clear Miranda has no idea how the Spartans came to be either. I'm sure the same lies have been given to her too. So I understand why he did it, but like I said, it doesn't make me feel any better about him. I feel like I'd have more respect for him if he told John the truth, but I understand why he can't too. There's also like obviously the military stuff around it too. But he and Halsey kind of deserve each other. But I mean, we saw that they were even arguing on the planet there. So clearly they're not 100% on the same page. They're definitely not on the same page about Miranda at all. We saw him say that he wants Miranda removed from the project because he's like, she knows nothing about this. She doesn't know how awful we are, basically. And I don't want her to become part of this and have to carry this too. So I think that's why we see Miranda being so different from her parents. But I think that's clearly all her dad's doing. And that's probably why her and Halsey also are so completely on different pages, because Halsey's all about her research and all about her thing. And if her dad has been working actively to keep Miranda away from Halsey, probably seeing how far Halsey's willing to go, I don't think he wants Miranda to follow her down that path. And that's why he's kept this chasm between them. But yeah, that wasn't necessarily the right thing to do either, because obviously they have a very defunct relationship that's affecting Miranda on multiple levels. But yeah, this episode just showed how messed up this family is, basically. Like, I go on and on and on about it, but truthfully, this family is broken fundamentally, and I don't know what it's going to take to ever repair it, if it can be repaired. But I don't think Halsey's ever getting off this path, and that's the reason why I don't think it'll ever be fixed. But anyhow, we had that chunk of what happened, and then of course we had the attack at the end, because once they shattered the rock that was keeping the artifact encased, obviously it communicated to all the other, I guess, areas where these other pieces of artifact, I don't know if it's all part of one artifact or there's multiple artifacts. They haven't said that yet, but it sent out a signal. And of course, the other blessed one who's got a connection with this artifact as well picked up on it and knew exactly where it was. So that's kind of crazy. She's clearly more dialed into how this whole thing with the artifact works than John is, for obvious reasons. She's been able to play with it and learn about it over all these years since the aliens took her. But unfortunately, John still is barely able to access this thing. But I don't know. I'd like to see how she really interacts with it, because all we saw was her feeling the vibration, and she kind of fell to her knees, but it didn't look like it was overly hurtful to her. But again, she wasn't getting it directly. But as we see, every time John comes in contact with that thing, it just about knocks him out. Like, it seems to take a lot out of him physically. So I don't know if that's supposed to be the way, or if that's the way it's supposed to be, or if it's because he's resisting, or because he's had so much done to him physically that he can't connect with it. But even as a kid, it knocked him out. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how this artifact is working with these humans, and if it's a good thing or a bad thing yet. We're not sure yet, but Miranda did say that maybe this is not a weapon, that it might be an entirely different thing, and they're still trying to figure that out. And I think obviously John and this other girl are instrumental in figuring that out, but we'll have to see whether or not they actually get on the same team, because clearly, even if John is anti-Halsey right now, he's still going to believe in UNSC, and obviously being a human, he's going to be pro-human. But we know that the other girl, the blessed one, she is anti-human at the moment, and she believes that the aliens' cause is the just one. So we'll have to see how that all goes down. But outside of that, we had a little bit of Soren and Quan. They were definitely very much in the background of this episode, but we see that obviously Soren's trying to get off the planet for obvious reasons, but Quan does not want to leave. She's still very much on her mission, thinking that she can somehow single-handedly free Madrigal. I don't blame her, as I've said multiple times. Like, she needs something to kind of channel all of this grief and anger and fear that she's feeling into, and this is kind of the mission she's chosen, even if it's not well thought out. And Soren has his own reasons for why he doesn't want to help her with that, but I'm hoping she's going to recognize that she can't do this alone. Like, she can't. But yeah, basically those two have got to find some middle ground at some point, and hopefully they'll be able to do that. And my prediction is we're going to have John, Kai, Miranda, and Quan and Soren at some point all being together, and possibly the other alien chick girl, the blessed one, to figure out what's going on with these artifacts. So that's pretty much it for this episode. It was good. Lots of good action in this one. It was kind of quiet the last episode. We didn't get a lot of action, but this one definitely made up for it. Loving this, loving the plot unfolding slowly like this. Enjoyed watching it a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next video.